believe in anything I say. No, don't go believing me. No, don't listen to me, don't take any notice. Don't listen to anything that I say. Thank you. It would seem you are now being enrolled into a commercial system. A commercial system that was set up to do something they've said can't really do. Or at least they're giving you that impression that they can't really do it, but they've been doing it for as long as they've been creating it. The natural way, growing it in eggs. And in 2018 and 2019 saw the biggest amount of facilities producing eggs burn to the ground. And they'll tell you it's climate change. Yeah, not really. Don't think so.
So the starting point is we didn't know it was possible to make a vaccine. So the starting point is we didn't know it was possible to make a vaccine. So the starting point is we didn't know it was possible to make a vaccine. So the starting point is we didn't know it was possible to make a vaccine, but we thought everyone needed to give it a proper go. But we thought everyone needed to give it a proper go. But we thought everyone needed to give it a proper go. And then the team looked at every program they could find. And then the team looked at every program they could find. And then the team looked at every program they could find and said, did it look sensible in terms of what it was trying to do against the vaccine? Did it look sensible in terms of what it was trying to do against the vaccine? Did it look sensible in terms of what it was trying to do against the vaccine, against the vaccine, against the vaccine, against the vaccine? Was the technology one that looked as though it could work? Was the team one that looked as though it could bring it through? Was the team one that looked as though it could bring it through? Was the team one that looked as though it could bring it through? Did they have manufacturing plans if it did work? Did they have manufacturing plans if it did work? How would that bring it together? To tie together all of the parts of the process, and then we ended up with a range of programs, which then the vaccine task force, when it really got going, expanded that.
Now, were you paying enough attention to catch what Mr. Little lying bastard just said?
Well, you've got Kate Bingham, of course, venture capitalist, and then you had this team of really, really good, solid, commercially minded civil servants. And then on the kind of clinical and industrial development side, you have real industrial depth of expertise, their entire professional lifetimes inside the industry. Negotiating and getting access at speed was a real skill that the vaccine task force had, that no ordinary team could have got anywhere close to.
So, how do you think they're going to make the money back after investing all this money from big industry and government? Because they're going to want the money because they're investing in it. They'll want a return. You are now going to become a medical, monetary investment. Commercialised health. The sooner they can get you on a list, get you registered, as soon as you become ill, they can give you all the little perfect drugs right away as soon as possible. Even though you can make an appointment online and not even get a phone call back for the same fucking week. It's ridiculous.
We Brits love queuing. It's really important that the queue is well defined. Someone walked in through that door and told me, Matt, it works, it's been signed off, it's safe and effective. And I went to see the Prime Minister, and so the Prime Minister was the first person I saw, and I walked into the Cabinet room, and before the meeting even started, I said, we've got our jab.
trying to make sure that those sites were ready was, you know, one of the most complicated, complex pieces of work I've ever done. You know, making sure that they were a safe space to offer the vaccine in, that they had all the IT in place, you know, waste bins, dividers, trolleys if they were new venues.
And my spare pencil and my support gonk and my chewing gum and my extra pen and my extra polos and my lucky gonk and my pencil sharpener shaped like a cream cracker and 3 more gonks with a packet of polos each and lead for my retractable pencil and my retractable pencil and spare lead for my retractable pencil and chewing gum and pencils and pens and more gonks.
It's a huge amount of stuff that we needed to make sure that those sites had in place before we could send the vaccine.
I contracted you to deliver cargo on my behalf. You chose to liberate it.
People aren't cargo, mate.
People are what they love, Jack. And what they love is cargo. They love spices and linens and silks and plantains. And as long as it is delivered on time and in sufficient supply, then they are content to be nothing more than figures on a ledger. 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 Figures on a ledger.
Right now, the priority is to get your vaccine if you're offered it, because we have the supply to vaccinate you if you're eligible.
A contractual offer you're invited to sign up to.